this week's chapter of Bleach, we got to see the outcome of Toshiro Hitsugaya in his adult form, his trained upgraded Bunkai, against Gerard Valkyrie, Star Knight M. Now, first thing first, let me address something. Of course, I read the manga panda version and the manga stream version. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but both translations seem the same, except for the very first page. Now, I'm going to read something here, and I'm going to tie this into the comments that were made on my video of the last week's Bleach chapter. Now, manga stream version says, this is the first panel where you see Byakuya at the top, and in the middle you see the very little bit of side view of Toshiro's face, and then the bottom you see his body with the ice. It says right here, manga stream version, alright? My power as it is still not mature enough to use Yorimaru at its fullest potential. I don't know if that is the exact reason why, but then I'm going to stop right there. Manga Panda version, it says, the fact that I was limited to using Yorimaru for no more than 12 minutes was simply a sign of my power not having fully matured. At least that's the assumption I made. So, which one is it? Alright, Bleach Wikipedia says it's going about the Manga Panda version. Now, of course, I read all my comments on my videos. When I don't get a chance to reply, don't think I'm ignoring you. Just know I do see them and read them. A lot of the comments come in when I'm at work. And I love a good, mature, respectable, good old fun Bleach debate in my comment section. I love that amongst others. When people ask me questions or anything, I love it. But yes, I get it. I remember. I understand. Yep, you're right. That's very true. Charlon, he was the one who first said, hey, look at those pedals. I guess your Bunkai is over when the pedals run out. Maybe you're on a time limit, you know. Maybe because you're young, you know, your Bunkai is still premature. But yes, I do remember that. I do get that, yep. So Shiro, he did train. I remember that. Yep, this is the result of it. But let me ask you all something. Now we see, so Shiro's, now he's saying, oh, when the pedals run out, you know, it's over, you know, because it's just not his full potential. That's what I assumed. Now all of a sudden he's assumed. And he put a clock on it. Now he knows it's because of the 12 minutes. Now the thing is, when Kubo put that out for Charlon to say, maybe that was out for, maybe put that in there for the purpose of for us readers to get a more understanding on Toshiro's Bunkai. Why didn't Toshiro say it himself? Maybe that it seemed very stupid and cliche for him to just expose that weakness to the enemy. Or maybe Kubo should have had it to where he was thinking it to himself. You know, he's breathing heavy, he's thinking to himself like, damn it, I have to end this battle quickly. If the pedals run out, my Bunkai deactivates. Maybe he could have did it like that. But this is also my thing. Byakuya acknowledged it in chapter 670. If this was something only Charlon guessed, and it was just a wrong guess by so many people who are just telling me, oh, that's a wrong guess, that is not right. Charlon just guessed it, he just said that. How did Byakuya know of it? Did Oshiro go back to Byakuya or the rest of Gode 13 and say, hey man, this is Rancor, man, he guessed the weakness of my Bunkai. Guess what? I got 12 minutes, and when the pedals go out, it's over. And everybody's like, damn, that's messed up, man. But you know, it's understandable because you're young. Yeah, just keep your head up. No, that didn't happen. Because you know why? It is a fact. It is a fact. And you want to know why? Because when the pedals shattered with pre-time skip Toshiro, do you honestly think he would have went into this adult form? No. Why? Because his Bunkai was premature. He didn't even continue, or no, he didn't even start the training. Now we have seen before, you know, Yami, Wonder Wise, Loopy, and Grimmjow showed up to the world of the living. Yes, we all seen when Toshiro, Ikaku, Yumachika, and Rangiku were doing Jinsen. Yes, Toshiro was sitting in Indian style. Yarimaru was right placed in front of him. I do remember that. But his Bunkai was still just incomplete. Now that his Bunkai is complete, this is what happens when the pedals shatter. So there you go. Let's get this review started. Alright everybody, of course it's me, Captain Violence. Today's live action. You already know what it is. Here to bring you Bleach chapter 671 review titled The Perfect Crimson 2. Man, I really enjoyed this chapter. You know, it seemed like it was a good balance of everything, alright? First thing first, I do like Toshiro's design. For the ones who don't like it, just keep in mind, I mean, you know, just imagine this design with his Shinigami outfit on and not these Quincy outfits. I do like the shoulder pads and everything, the ice, the gauntlets, degrees. I do like that. The one thing I really like the most is the fact that when Gerard Valkyrie, he actually went to throw the shield. And I like that panel when Toshiro has his hand out, man, and he just froze it. It would have been a little bit sweeter, more epic, you know, if he had just looked at it and it froze. Just like that. But, you know, of course, it still just looks sweet with his having his hand out like that. But we see, of course, he goes on to attack Toshiro with the sword. And we see, I mean, spirit weapon, excuse me, and he cuts it in half. Not only does it cut it in half, it freezes. And he actually says, because it's frozen, you can't use that ability of it. You know, because, you know, if you damage his weapon, you take damage. But he couldn't do it. It's like he stopped it. He stopped that ability. He froze it, you know. But that's up for debate if that makes sense or not. But this thing, the one thing I really liked is how the fact that, you know, when he destroyed his spirit weapon, he went to, of course, the origin, not the origin of the Quincy pot, but the signature weapon of the Quincy. He used his Quincy bow. And the part when he fully froze Stone Age, when he fully froze Gerard, I knew that was not it. Number one, the number of that page was on. I'm like, okay, but I still got all these pages left. And I'm thinking like, okay, I know this is not it. And he goes on to explain, of course, with that technique, he can just, within 4 seconds, he can freeze just all forms of matter. Air, earth, water, fire, it was just everything. And one thing I do like, Star Knight M, he breaks out of it. I said, yes, that I like, because I swear, I don't care, I'm still saying it, man. Child prodigy or not, if he'd have just beat him like that, from just freezing him like that. And I like how he does it, man. You know, if he was 1 second faster or shooting that bow, he'd have been on the wrong end of the bow. You know, he'd have took some great damage or probably died. Who knows? But the one thing that tripped me out, you gotta give it up to my boy Kenpachi. When he grabs Toshiro and then he falls and you see Kenpachi, this motivator, gets back up. He's not a Bunkai anymore. You see he's losing an arm. And you see his hands are just, his fingers are inside of Gerard Valkyrie's foot. You know, and he makes him fall over. He topples him over. It's crazy. And I like the effect of the fact that he gets frozen again from touching Toshiro. Toshiro tells him, do you honestly think there'll be no repercussions from touching me? Like, motivator, do you know who I am? And I like the wings, the design, everything. I was really liking it. And the fact that he was telling them again, you cannot freeze me. You cannot. These earthly elements, you know, the elements of your Shinigami, you cannot freeze me. And he kept breaking out of it. I like that. And you gotta love the intro Byakuya always makes. We've seen this in the anime, in the movies, everything. You see, of course, he activates his Bunkai. And he does the Senkei, you know, Zenbon Zaku Kageyoshi. And you see, of course, the pink sword swirling around. But this time he does a new technique. Now, I don't know if this is a result of him training, having a reforged Bunkai, you know, getting stronger. But we see normally with the Senkei, we see the swords sitting up vertically, on top of each other, going around in a spiral fashion. But this time they all went horizontal, and they all went towards his head. You know, Star Knight M's head. It said to be continued. Now, overall, let's start with Toshiro's abilities of, now, it felt a little bit underwhelming. I mean, because of the fact that it was more of what you already expected. I mean, we already know a Bunkai is the souped up version of the Shikai. We get that. So we know Toshiro, he has tons of techniques dealing with ice, water, the elements, things like that. So now he's in his adult form. I was literally thinking like, okay, what can he really do that's going to be new? You know, now you can just really, truly, awesomely freeze anything, just to this high degree. I mean, the art, of course, the art is always cool. I mean, to show him frozen like that in the pose of the bow, that was cool, but it wasn't nothing shocking or jaw-dropping. While Toshiro can freeze something again even more to a higher degree, that's not shocking. So the shock value to me wasn't there, but I like the fact that he broke out of the ice, because I kept saying, man, there is no way he can beat this guy just by freezing him. Come on, I mean, if I came to you and said, hey, I got a character, he can perform miracles, how could you beat him? Would you honestly think, I know Ice? Because what if I told you, guess what, he can get cut in half, come back. His head get grinded up, come back. He can get crushed, then miraculously, you know, just, from a miracle, he just comes back. I mean, and I would ask you, how would you defeat him? And you would think, hey, yep, just freeze him. Ice should do it. No. That's why I'm glad this Ice thing didn't work. That's why you have to see these captains come together and combine their immense strength. You have a very powerful Kenpachi Jiraiya. You have the powerful Captain Kuchiki, you know, who did his training. And we have the Toshiro Hitsugaya, who has the complete Bunkai training. You know, it's like these three coming together, maybe that's what it's going to take. But my thing is, what Byakuya did, why did he wait until now? It's not like Gerard Valkyrie was a big moving target. Not a fat, you know, it's not like he was a fast moving target. It's not like Byakuya was waiting like, okay, I need him to be stationary. He could have did that from the jump. But again, how is this gonna do it? Byakuya went for his head before, nothing. Kenpachi split him in half, of course, starting down from the head, nothing. So him freezing and throwing the swords at his head, is that gonna do it? I mean, maybe this will kill him, but whatever. First I was thinking, okay, maybe Toshiro really froze him to the core, and all those blades just made his head shatter. I don't know, but clearly he didn't freeze him to the core. So that's my whole thing about it. It did feel, this chapter overall felt short. I love the teamwork. I love the art. I was pleased the fact that yes, we did see the improvements of Toshiro's Bunkai, but yet I feel it was balanced because Toshiro Bunkai just didn't do it alone. Who knows if this did the job, period. These three combining their powers, you know? Who knows? But yeah, that's my whole thing about Elite. Next week, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's up in the air for what's gonna happen. To be honest, if he is dead, I'm gonna be glad in the sense of this battle is over with, because I never cared for this character at all, never. So I hope it goes on to the next character, you know, to the next battle. Excuse me. So yeah, give me your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Were you pleased with the new abilities from Toshiro, and of course, Byakuya's, some call it a secret technique, some call it a new technique, you know, from the result of him training, you know, but who knows? Did it feel underwhelming to you all? Were you pleased with the chapter? How do you like Toshiro Hitsugaya's design as an adult? So let me know down below. It's me, Captain Vibes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week with Bleach chapter 672, signing out.